Yulia Yarmolenko. He received a draft notice for the so-called special military operation, hid from the Russian conscription, and managed to escape to mainland Ukraine. This is the story of Bohdan Beskorovany, a 20-year-old Crimean who grew up in a pro-Russian environment but managed to preserve his Ukrainian identity. Elvina Seyitbulaeva will tell you more about her compatriot. Elvina Seyitbulaeva.
We meet with Bohdan in the very center of the capital on Maidan. The guy left the Crimean occupation and has been living in the capital for about a month and a half. He's gradually learning Kyiv's geography. Bohdan Beskorovany.
Maidan Podol, the left bank. I haven't really been there much, but that's where I live. Well, I think Kontraktova Square, I was there yesterday. Elvina Seyitbulaeva.
Bohdan is 20. When Crimea was occupied, he was in the 2nd grade. He remembers how Ukrainian language classes disappeared and then how other lessons appeared at school, ones about learning to use weapons. Bohdan Beskorovany.
The life safety teacher would bring in this rifle, an AK-47, and we would assemble and disassemble it. One of the tests was that you had to shoot at 50 meters with something like a hunting rifle. Elvina Seyitbulaeva.
At Bohdan's school, like at all schools, children were forced to sing the Russian national anthem. If you refused, teachers would pressure you, lower your grades, and at summer camps, they would physically abuse you. Bohdan Beskorovany.
But the first Sazazern in Yevpatoria, there was a Yunarmia shift, that's a kind of military formation for kids. And there you really had to sing every day, every morning. And if someone didn't sing, they could, for example, make you do something physical, like run, do push-ups or crunches. Elvina Seyitbulaeva.
Bohdan lived in a pro-Russian environment, but he learned Ukrainian on his own. Bohdan Beskorovany.
I watched some TV series and movies in Ukrainian. I think the main contribution was television. When I was little, everything was in Ukrainian, cartoons and everything else. Elvina Seyitbulaeva.
After 9th grade, Bohdan entered college, and it was there that he was offered to join the so-called special military operation. In the occupied territories, Russia is conducting aggressive mobilization and spares no expense on either conscription or propaganda. Bohdan Beskorovany.
The propaganda is such that, for example, serving under contract is portrayed as cool, that you can make a lot of money, that it's prestigious, and that everyone respects you. For example, they would show some film, and in any case, they would mention Ukraine, the war, so that the attitude toward Ukraine would be, towards something terrible. Elvina Seyitbulaeva.
During the full-scale war, Bohdan turned 18 and received a draft notice. He refused to kill Ukrainians, didn't want to die for Russia, so for a while he went into hiding.
Bohdan draft notices were sent by registered mail to the address where I am registered. That also counts. As soon as I pick it up, it means it's been served and I have to go. I didn't want to risk it. Plus, there were a lot of shellings, honestly. And on top of that, neither GPS nor mobile internet was working. I thought that if I got caught somewhere, then there would be no way for me to leave. Elvina Seyitbulaeva.
And when it finally became possible to leave the occupied territory, Bohdan didn't even tell his relatives. He just left for the area controlled by Ukraine. Bohdan Beskorovany.
When I was in Kyiv, at first they didn't believe me. But then, when I showed them the sign, M Kyiv and the street name, then they believed me. Elvina Seyitbulaeva.
Currently, Bohdan is processing his documents and plans to visit relatives in the Zhytomyr region. He misses Crimea, but he wants to return to a Ukrainian peninsula free from Russians. Elvina Seyitbulaeva, Maxim Klopotiev, We Are Ukraine, Samarathon, United News.